What's up, y'all? This weekend, we finished up the last 2 days of the Avenal contest, and I ended up winning 3rd place out of 18. This first day is the primary reason. As you can see, there's a lot of overcast at the start, and that gets progressively worse throughout the day. The task is again to Taft Ridge, not Taft, and then into the valley for a couple of legs. Everyone except for Thomas and me opted to stay in the valley. Thomas went directly for the Temblers, and I followed this line to join them from the east.
Let's go.
This line worked out tremendously well, and I was rewarded with a strong convergence down the rest of the Temblers. It was a little odd because the dry side was on the west, to my right, which is the opposite of what we normally see. I didn't know it, but Thomas was close behind me here. As I neared the turnpoint, I started hearing the first getting low and land out calls from the rest of the pack stuck on the east side.
10 knots. Let's freaking go.
The run back north on the Temblers was equally easy as it was going south. But the high clouds got thicker and made running in the valley a lot slower. All but 3 of us aborted and landed around this time. I slowed down a lot and tried carefully to pick my line towards the valley turnpoint. I followed the weak markers that existed along the interstate and took weaker climbs. It was mostly about finishing rather than speed now. Gradually, the high clouds thinned a bit and gave a few workable climbs on the final leg. This day basically saved the contest for me, since only me, David, and Thomas finished. I probably wouldn't pull ahead of them, but if I pushed hard on the final day, I could still do well. The final day's task was, surprise, to the south again, but the forecast looked much better, so the turn point was Cuyama. I'd never been down that far before, so it was fun to experience. Clouds were everywhere. I stayed on the Temblers for a while, but there was not much convergence happening, so I pulled off into the middle of the California Valley to hit the turn point. From here, I made the decision to try the La Panza Range, while basically everyone else stayed in the California Valley going back to Shandon. It was definitely a diversion, but the forecast showed a bit of convergence there, and I could see step clouds, so I went for it. It wasn't a solid line, but there were several sections of plus 10 knots, so it ended up being a decent choice. Coming north of Shandon, things softened a lot, and I hit the lowest part of my flight before getting a climb back to Avenal. From then, I could see Whiskey X-Ray 10 kilometers ahead of me, and I made it a mission to catch him. I didn't pass him, but I did make up most of the distance on a blistering final glide, doing 110 knots at one point, finishing just 30 seconds behind him. I didn't win the contest, but I felt really good about my flying. The whole reason I entered this contest again was to compare myself to last year, when I was 3 hours behind the lead. This year, I was 1 hour and 20 minutes behind first place. So how do you win a contest? Well, first, don't lose it. I thought I would learn a lot about flying, but it turns out I needed to learn the basics, like how to program and follow a task in the new computer. Second, be consistent. The consequences of missing a turn point or landing out are very large. so it's important to recognize when you need to dial things back and be more conservative. Last, I think it's important to make your own decisions. I didn't have much choice since this was a handicapped contest and I had the JS3. If I wasn't ahead of everyone, I was already losing. But if I had followed the gaggle on the last 2 days, I would not have made third place. Last, just have fun. I enjoyed myself so much because we have such a friendly and supportive group of pilots in California. We all want to help each other and see each other do well. I'm so grateful for those who helped me, and I hope this video helps you too. See you in the skies.